Good morning, everybody. I'm Dave Lane. I hope that everybody is able to stay cool on this incredibly warm day of Lou. This first one is called Inch by Inch, and it's by David Mallet. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe, a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below, till the rain comes tumbling down. Pulling weeds and picking stones, man is made of dreams and bones. Feel the need to grow my own, 'cause the time is close at hand. Grain for grain, sun and rain, find my way to nature's chain. Tune my body and my brain, till the music from the land. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe, and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below, till the rain comes tumbling down. Plant your rows straight and long, temper them with a prayer and a song. Mother Earth will make you strong, will you give her love and care. Old crow, watching hungrily from his perch in yonder tree. In my garden I'm as free as a feathered thief up there. Inch by inch, row by row, gonna make this garden grow. All it takes is a rake and a hoe, and a piece of fertile ground. Inch by inch, row by row, someone bless these seeds I sow. Someone warm them from below, till the rain comes tumbling down. Thanks, everybody.
Good morning. I'm Elena Hendricks, and I'm a member of the Board of Trustees here at South Valley Unitarian Universalist Society. My pronouns are she and her. Come, whoever you are welcome here. No matter your age, your size, the color of your eyes, your hair, your skin, you are welcome here. No matter your gender, whom you love, how you speak, or whatever your abilities, you are welcome here. You are welcome here, whether you come with laughter in your heart or tears in your eyes, you are welcome here. No matter what you have experienced in the past, no matter what awaits you in the future, you are welcome here. Whether you believe in God all of the time, or some of the time, or none of the time, you are welcome here. This is a community of open minds, loving hearts, and willing hands. You are welcome here at South Valley Unitarian Universalist Society.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Chris Berg. I'm a member of our former search committee, and it is my great pleasure today to welcome Reverend Laura Young to our community. This is a very, very special day. It was a long time ago that this community blessed some seeds. We sowed those seeds more than a year ago, and after a very successful search and a lot of hard work by so many people in this congregation, we welcome you, Reverend Laura, to Utah and to South Valley. In addition, we also welcome Laura's family. Laura Robinson, we see you here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming on this adventure. And we welcome Sydney and Ethan, who are not on screen today, and that is good. So we welcome all of you. Thank you for coming on this adventure with Reverend Laura. We are so privileged to be part of your world, and we are so privileged that you said yes to us. So today I have the great pleasure of sharing with you this congregation put together a welcome package, a gift basket full of all sorts of goodies. And it includes things like tea and chocolate and guidebooks about the National History Museum and Red Butte Garden and the Museum of Fine Arts and trails, gift certificates to local eateries, gift certificates to ice cream shops, and so many other things that are meant to help you get to know your new community. And also it's a small gesture of the fullness in our hearts as we welcome you. So today, welcome. And just know that this is a vessel. This is a vessel of an idea, where so much of what we do these days is a vessel of an idea. And thank you to Cindy Martin and Lucy Malin for making sure that all of these fine gifts from all of us are waiting for you at South Valley, the physical South Valley. So welcome, welcome, welcome to all of you.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'll receive my gift. It's very thoughtful that we were able to get this to transfer via Zoom right now. I'll look forward to enjoying it a little bit later. It is with such joy and a little bit of trepidation that I jump into this with you. We're in such strange times these days, and figuring out how to get to know you, how to find out, who you are is going to be different than maybe we thought it would be when we first started this search process. But I am encouraged by my experiences with you during Candidate Week and just in these first few weeks here in Utah, that I have come to a wonderful, loving, beautiful community. And I am so excited to be with you today and to look where this journey is going to take us. And I have to tell you, I've been a California girl my whole life, born and raised in California, both in Northern and Southern California. And I've lived on the beach these many years. And I wasn't sure when I came to Utah how I was going to feel about missing the water. So I decided that one way to take a little dip into the new kind of sand that's here in Utah was to get a new hat. So here is my new hat, a cowboy hat for the first time in my life. And I discovered that rather than just being a beach girl, that I actually can wear a little bit of a cowboy hat. So there must be a little bit of Utah in me after all. So I am looking forward to being with you in this next week. Please reach out, look in your Happenings newsletter for how to connect with me, either virtually or in a socially distanced outside way, whatever way is comfortable for you. And always make sure that you remember, you can always give me a call too, because that still works as well. So I will hand it back over to the community to get started with this wonderful worship service. And I look forward to connecting with you in social hour and after the service today. Thank you, everyone. Blessings. I'm glad to be here.
Good morning, everyone. I am Jacob Pua Yancey, and like Reverend Laura, I am a guy who just sort of moved here a couple of weeks ago, and so this is my first time participating at SVUU, but I'm very excited. As we greet the four directions in a moment, if you are able and would like to, please feel free to stand and face each direction as I greet it. We will begin with the east. Spirit of the east, spirit of air, of morning and springtime, be with us as the sun rises in times of beginning, times of planting. Inspire us with the fresh breath of courage as we go forth into new adventures. Spirit of the south, spirit of fire, of noontime and summer, be with us through the heat of the day and help us to be ever growing. Warm us with strength and energy for the work that awaits. Spirit of the West, Spirit of water, of evening and autumn, be with us as the sun sets and help us to enjoy a rich harvest. Flow through us with a cooling, healing quietness and bring us peace. Spirit of the North, Spirit of earth, of nighttime and winter, be with us in the darkness and the time of gestation. Ground us in the wisdom of the changing seasons as we celebrate the spiraling journey of our lives.
Thank you, Jacob. Marilyn is going to put the chalice lighting words in the chat box. If you have a small candle or chalice of your own, we welcome you to light it with us. Colin is going to unmute everyone. Feel free to stand as we all say our chalice lighting words together.
Sorry, guys, it's only giving me the option to mute all. Yikes. Sorry, I don't know what to do here.
You can. Zoom now wants people to manually unmute.
Yeah, you have to unmute yourself.
Okay. Well, everyone, let's unmute ourselves, and then on a count of 3, we will say our chalice lighting words.
1, 2, 3.
We light this chalice for the warmth of love,
for the light
of truth,
and for the
energy
action.
action.
Of action.
All right. I would like to welcome South Valley Unitarian Universalist Society. We are an intentionally diverse religious community and all are welcome here. We would like to extend an especially warm welcome to those of you who are visiting us for the first time. We are so glad that you're here, and we would love to get to know you. Our greeter today, Marilyn, is going to drop our connection card into the chat box for any of our newcomers so you can be connected to our community. This is a caring, supportive community. During this time of social and physical distancing, but not social distancing, we are working to be creative in how we take care of each other. A group of members are actively reaching out to folks in our community and will continue to do so while we are in this pandemic. The pastoral care card has been put on our website and is in the link that Marilyn is going to put in the chat box. All of our online services are intergenerational. Our RE gatherings are taking place in a separate time most weeks. And if you don't know, RE is our religious exploration / education, and it is meetings and curriculum that are designed for different ages within our community. So you might not know that if that's the first time you're coming. So to find out more about the RE classes, review the Happenings newsletter and contact Rebecca Britt, the Director of Religious Exploration, at her email address that Marilyn is going to put in the chat box. To keep updated on activities that are part of the South Valley community, we encourage you to use the Google Calendar on the South Valley website. If there are activities that you know of that are not on the calendar, or if you would like to host a group gathering, please use the reservation form on the website or contact Cindy Martin, our administrator. Although we are physically separated, we are still connected. We will now share the warmth of the community. Please take this time to say hello to each other in the chat box. And please say where you're joining from. You can also unmute yourself for a period of time to say hello with your voice. Hello, everyone.
Hey,
Good morning, y'all. Hi, everybody.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello, everybody.
And hello from South Jordan.
Hello from the East Bench.
Hello from across the street from the building.
Hello from Murray, and just a couple blocks away from UCJ.
Hello from another city that starts with an M.
Hey, Kim, it's Rebecca.
Hi.
Kaden. Hey, Kaden.
This is the true joy of Zoom, is Kaden gets to keep coming.
Let me go to. Never mind.
What do you want?
Nothing. I was going to say.
You're muted, Dan.
All right, hello. My name is Rebecca Britt. I am the Director of Religious Exploration. I know what my job title is. I'm really excited to share this story today. Let me get it started. Kim Lane told me about this story, and I just love it. And it comes in a lovely book called Circle Around. It's called The Queen Bee. It's by Starhawk, and it's a retold Brothers Grimm tale. So the book didn't have pictures, so I decided to step in, and it's very clear that I'm the one who drew them. The Queen Bee by Starhawk. Once there were 3 brothers, the sons of a king. The 2 eldest brothers were handsome, dapper young men who thought a great deal of themselves. They went out into the world to seek their fortune, but soon fell into lazy ways, preferring to drink and gamble and enjoy themselves rather than seek work or adventure. The youngest brother was a plain and simple fellow who didn't talk very much. The family didn't think much of him, neither did anyone else. They called him the Fool. When the 2 elder brothers did not return home one day, the Fool went to look for them. Eventually, they found them in a poor tavern by a crossroads. He was overjoyed to see his brothers again, but they laughed at him for thinking he could make his way in the world when they, who were so much cleverer, had failed. But the fools roused his brother to continue seeking their fortune. They set out together. After they traveled for a while, they came across a large anthill. "Let's smash it," said the oldest brother. "It'd be fun to watch the ants run around and try to save their pitiful ant eggs. We could put a good scare into them." But the Fool stopped them. Leave them alone. Leave the little creatures alone," he said. "Let them be in peace. I won't let you harm them." They continued on their way, and eventually they came to a lake where ducks were swimming. "Let's catch them and roast them," said the second brother. "We could make ourselves a good meal." "I won't let you kill them," said the Fool. "Leave them in peace." They continued on their way, and at last they came across a beehive in a small tree, dripping honey that ran down the trunk. "Let's light a big fire," the 2 older brothers said together. "We can smoke out the bees and kill them and take their honey." "I won't let you burn them out," the Fool said. "Leave them in peace." On their way they went. At last they came on a great stone castle. No one came out to greet them. There were no courtiers in the courtyard, and in the stables there were only horses made of stone. No living creatures seemed to be around. The 3 brothers were afraid, but they had come so far. They were reluctant to go home without exploring the castle itself. They entered its dusty halls and wandered through dusty rooms, seeing no signs of life. At last they came on a high tower. At the very top was a door with 3 locks in it and a small hole in the center. They looked through this peephole and saw a gray dwarf sitting at a table. They knocked loudly and called, and still he did not answer. But when they knocked and called a 3rd time, he got up and unlocked the door. He spoke not a word to them, but led them to a table that was spread with all sorts of good things to eat and drink. When they were finished, he led each one to his own bedroom. In the morning, the dwarf went into the room of the eldest brother and brought him into a room deep in the heart of the castle, where a stone tablet stood. On the stone was an inscription that told how the castle could be rescued from its enchantment. 3 tasks had to be performed. The first was to gather 1,000 pearls of the king's daughters that were scattered among the moss of the forest, all before nightfall. If so much as one single pearl was missing, the brother would be turned to stone. The eldest brother went to the moss and searched all day long. For once, he worked as hard as he could without a trace of laziness. But at the end of the day, he had only found a few hundred pearls. As the sun set, he turned to stone. The next day, the dwarf took the second brother the stone tablet. He too read the inscription, went to the moss and searched and searched. He looked so hard that his eyes crossed and sweat dripped down his nose. But at the end of the day, he only found 200 pearls. As the sun set, he too turned to stone. The third day, the dwarf took the fool to read the inscription on the stone tablet. He went to the moss and began to gather pearls, but soon he began to feel that the task was impossible. He sat down on the rock and wept. While he was sitting and working, the queen of the ants, whose life he had saved, came to his aid with 5,000 ants. They searched the moss and gathered the pearls, and before the sun had even dipped towards the horizon, all the pearls were gathered and neatly stacked in a pile. The second task was to find the key to the bedroom of the king's daughter. The key had fallen into a lake. When the fool went down to the shores and saw the depths of the cold blue waters, he almost wept again, for he was sure he could never swim to the bottom of the lake and return alive. But just then, the ducks he had saved came swimming up and happily dove down to the bottom and brought him the key. With the key, he could perform the third task. He entered the bedroom of the princesses, and there 3 beautiful women lay asleep. His task was to recognize the youngest daughter, but all 3 looked exactly alike. The only difference between them was what they had eaten before falling asleep. The eldest daughter had eaten a spoonful of sugar, the second daughter had eaten sweet syrup, and the youngest daughter had tasted a spoonful of honey. Just as he was about to give up, the queen bee, the fool had protected from the fire, flew in and buzzed around the lips of the 3 princesses. She stayed near the mouth of the princess who had tasted the honey. "She's the youngest princess," the fool cried, and the spell was broken. Everyone awoke, and all who had been turned to stone were restored to life. The princess gave the fool a handsome reward, and the fool's brothers never made fun of him again. The end. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. That was fabulous. And I, for one, adore your illustrating talents. So thank you for that. Marilyn, it is our practice at South Valley to share worship offerings with a charitable organization that aligns with our principles and values. For July and August, we are sharing our offering with Black Lives Matter Utah, a local group that has been working diligently to stop police brutality. They are fighting for police accountability and transparency and are pushing for community-controlled civilian police review boards and police reforms. They also create inclusive spaces for every marginalized group, offer a summer camp for Black and Brown children, and are constructing a mobile Black History Museum. South Valley now has an app for giving. We have an account on Givelify. This allows South Valley to continue receiving funds to support the work of the South Valley community during this pandemic. You are invited to give using the link that Marilyn is going to put in the chat box, or you can go to your phone and download the app. Using this app will help South Valley tremendously during this time of physical distance. Marilyn is also going to put our offering words in the chat box. Let us read these words together. We are this church. We are its hands, its heart, its voice. Together we share the wealth of this community and sustain it with our gifts. For all that we have received and all we have found the courage to give, may we be truly thankful. May these gifts be a blessing to South Valley and Black Lives Matter, Utah. Kathy will share a meditation, Summer Warmth. The lyrics will be in the chat box, or the words will be in the chat box if you would like to read along in your home. You please remain muted. Kathy will do the reading. Following the meditation, our sermon will be given by Kim and David Lane.
I don't see them in the box yet, but anyway, this meditation was written by Helen Cohen. Summer Warmth. We stand at the edge of summer. The sun has at last warmed us enough that we begin to trust in its presence. The last birth of spring blossoms, lavender and white and deep pink, banks of rhododendron are giving way to summer peonies and roses. O source of the turning seasons, of earth, of life, of promise gradually becoming fulfillment, may your people find a lightening of the burdens within the brightening of the sky.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Kim Lane. I'm a member of South Valley and also a member of South Valley CUPS, which is Covenant of the Unitarian Universalist Pagans. The reading that I'm taking this morning is from the book called Lammas. Many years ago, Llewellyn Press actually did one book per Sabbat. And this is by Anna Franklin and Paul Mason. The reading is the Homeric hymn to Gaia. Her I praise, the mother of all, the foundation, the oldest one. I sing to the mother of earth, the nourisher, she upon whom everything feeds. Of Gaia I sing. Wherever you are on her sacred ground, she feeds you, nourishes you from her treasure store. Through her bountiful harvest, beautiful children come, the giving of life, the fullness of life, the taking of life. These are hers. Praise her.
Hi, everybody. I'm Dave Lane again. So I, too, am a member of the Covenant of Unitarian Universalist Pagans. So I'm going to talk a little bit about what Lammas is. Lammas, or Loaf Mass, or Lughnasadh, which, by the way, is the Gaelic word that means the games, or the assembly of the god Lu, is the feast of the first fruits of summer. It marks the end of summer and the beginning of the autumnal harvest. It's associated with grains, specifically grains which were milled and baked into a loaf, thus loaf mass. It was also often rent day. If you were renting your land from a nobleman, today was often the day that you paid the rent. And land rights were also often settled on this day. Today is very much a kind of county fair kind of day. They showed animals, and they played sports and games, of which Lu was a big sporting sort of god. Lu was a jock. Lu was seen as a sun god, or a god of the harvest. And he was a master of all the arts and a lover of games. The mythos goes like this. Food has always played an important part in religious rituals. And we plant the seeds into Mother Earth, who is the harvest goddess. And a spirit, in this case corn or grain, is born of her and is then cut down or sacrificed for the harvest. And then a portion of those grains are used in next year's planting. And so that spirit is used again and again in a kind of beautiful cycle. The spirit is called John Barleycorn, and we thank the gods by baking bread and offering the first loaf to them. Thank you. So,
David, you're supposed to give directions for breakout rooms.
Forgive me, I'm supposed to do what?
I can do it.
Okay, sorry.
So what we're planning to do is go into a breakout room. So we're in smaller groups so we can visit with our community and take this time to introduce yourself. Go through and introduce yourself. And then after you've introduced each other, then take turns sharing your harvest items. So for example, if you do have a garden, you could share either something you've pulled recently from your garden, or you could share gardening tips. If you have recently visited a farmer's market, maybe let people know, a little bit about that farmer's market, where they can find it. If you did bake a loaf of bread, you could talk about what went into the bread. And even if you didn't bake anything or make anything, you could talk about a favorite recipe that you have used. And then if I'm used to being a teacher, if children did make a corn dolly or a corn necklace or anything like that, they can share their arts and crafts. So there's plenty of topics to discuss. Just what are you harvesting? It could even be a personal harvest. What are you working on to nourish yourself in your life right now? So we will be put into small breakout groups, and then I believe Colin will give you a little bit of a warning before bringing you back into the main session. So we'll have about 7 to 12 minutes, and depending on what time it is, and we'll go into our breakout groups.
Usually make it extra crusty so it's hard to get out. I have to carve kind of a handle in the top so that I can pull it out. But I really enjoy doing it this way, and that way I don't heat up the house.
Nice.
What kind of bread is it?
some of the compost and other goodies into it. And boy, the tomatoes this year are great, even though the heat's also been great. So we started potatoes about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and they're really pumping out now. So we've got to figure out how to store them.
Maybe you guys can tell me what to do with the plant that's like a giant. I'm joking that it likes bad soil because we just moved and this yard is crappy soil and we haven't had a chance to fix it. I just planted the tomato because it was like a gift and I figured it would break up the soil for next year. And it's 5 feet tall and it's cherry tomatoes and it's just starting to get.
Hello? Can't hear anything, so.
Laura, it's just
There
you
we
and me.
go. Hi, Colin.
How's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. I like your car.
Thank you. It's pretty dirty, but yeah, thanks.
Do you guys have a sprinkler system?
I think yeah, I mean, it's either ours or the neighbors. We have yet to figure that out, so.
Yeah. Well, you and I probably have different water systems, but yeah, the sprinkler systems really, leave all those nasty little spots. Come off easy.
Do people wash their cars a lot around here? We noticed that when it rained, it left like a film on our car too. Is that normal?
I hadn't thought about that. I
don't know. I
kind of keep mine clean, but so I have a 2014 328.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, mine's the GT, the hatchback.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So it's fun to see yours.
Mine's old. Mine's a 2009.
Yeah.
So.
It looks great.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah.
Wish I saw you. I'm sorry I missed you the other day.
Well.
Yesterday, I guess. Yeah.
We will catch up at some point.
Pardon me?
We will catch up at some point.
Absolutely. I'm going to try to start golfing and we'll see how that goes.
You guys fully moved in, unpacked, all the boxes done?
Mostly, yeah. We have a lot of boxes left. We're trying to figure out what to do.
Right.
With a small garage, we kind of are vacillating between keeping the boxes if we have to move again soon because they're so expensive, or recycling them or giving them away or whatever. So
the big thing here, there's so KSL is the big television radio conglomerate, and they have a classifieds. So if you do KSL classifieds, just Google that and register an identity and whatnot, and just put in the free section moving boxes. They'll be gone in an hour.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the big thing. And so when you need them next time, you can just go on. You just have to know when you need them, you just got to be watching. And as soon as they go, when I put them on, 15 people within the first 2 hours will ask. So it's just
anything free, I'm sure.
It's got to be first.
Yeah, exactly. I sold a bunch of stuff before we moved here, so I kind of am familiar with that a little bit.
Yeah.
First come, first serve.
Yeah. All right. So I don't know how long I'm supposed to keep this meeting going. Does it feel like it's been 7 minutes?
I think so. Yep.
I'm going to give them 30 seconds.
Okay. By the way, I'm planning on joining maybe when I get back into it at Mountain Dell.
Nice.
So
that's so pretty up there. Have you driven up there?
Yeah, we've driven up there several times.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
That's about 10 minutes from our house.
So yeah, that's perfect for you. All right. All right. Okay. I'm going to do this.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Now it says they're going to close in 60 seconds. Oh, shoot. All right. Well,
Okay.
I didn't realize it automatically did that. All right, then. I actually hit range balls this morning.
Oh, it did?
Yeah. There's a course that's 5 minutes up the hill. So maybe not even that. Maybe 3 minutes.
Oh, that's good.
Pretty handy. All right. Let me jump back in and focus here.
Nice talking with you.
Absolutely. All right, Kim, sorry, I didn't realize that it automatically gave that warning, so I thought I had to manually do it.
Yeah, that's the nice thing. I'm learning all these tricks for the school year. Yeah, our district finally gave approval for us to use Zoom. So
I'm so glad Salt Lake isn't going straight in.
Oh, I know. This really takes it doesn't take the pressure off. I was just worried about getting sick. It's actually more work to teach remotely. I haven't stopped all summer planning. And I'm not the only one. I'm working with 2 others in my department, So.
All right, Shannon.
Well, yeah.
Shannon, let me mute all before you start, okay? Let's see, it looks like most everybody's back in here. Okay. I am muting all. Okay, Shannon, go for it.
All right. Well, thank you all for participating. And Kim and David, thank you for arranging those breakout rooms. I think it was really wonderful to visit and see what everybody's been growing. And we got hooked up to the zucchini black market in our breakout group. So I think it worked out well. Thank you again for joining us, everyone. It was good to see all of your faces and to be together. And now Kathy will close our service by releasing the directions and extinguishing the chalice. And David Lane will play our postlude, Police Train.
I've had my candle hidden from the fan. I was afraid it would get blown out. Oh dear, I'm gone. Am I still on the screen?
Yes, we can see you, Kathy.
Okay, well, I'll go ahead then. I'm not seeing you, but Spirit of the East, be with us always. Spirit of the South, be with us always. Spirit of the West, be with us always. Spirit of the North, be with us always. Blessed be.
Thank you, Kathy. I've been happily led, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Now I've been smilingly led, dreaming about the world as one, and I believe it could be someday it's going to come. Now out on the edge of darkness, there rides a peace train. Peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Now I've been happily led, thinking about the good things to come, and I believe it could be something good has begun. Oh, peace train sounding louder, glide on the peace train. E-I-E-E-I, glide on the peace train. Oh, peace train, holy roller, everyone jump upon the peace train. E-I-E-E-I, come on the peace train. Now get your bags together, go bring your good friends too. 'cause it's getting nearer, soon it will be with you. Oh, come and join the living, it's not so far from you, and it's getting nearer, soon it will all be true. Oh, peace train sounding louder, glide on the peace train. E-I-E-E-I, glide on the peace train. Come on the peace train. Now I've been crying lately, thinking about the world as it is. Why must we go on hating? Why can't we live in bliss? 'Cause out on the edge of darkness there rides a peace train. A peace train, take this country, come take me home again. Oh, peace train sounding louder, glide on the peace train. E-I-E-E-I, glide on the peace train. Oh, peace train, holy roller, everyone jump upon the peace train. E-I-E-E-I, come on the peace train, come on the peace train. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, David. So even though we have extinguished the chalice, we've not extinguished the warmth of our community, the light of truth, or our energy of action. And we'll hold each other in our hearts until we meet again. And now, stay for social hour. We're going to go into breakout rooms so we can chat and see how each other are doing and spiritually gear up for the week ahead. Thank you all.